Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Welcome back to another video of Stardew Valley. For today's video, we are going to go through some unusual ways that you can make lots of money in this game. So let's jump into the video and let's have some fun. The first unusual way that you can make money in this game, believe it or not, is by selling rhubarb. But not selling it directly, we need to process it first into either jelly or wine. What you see here is a farm with tons of rhubarb. Now, normally you can't get rhubarb until you get access to the desert. And normally you're not going to get access to the desert in spring year 1. Rhubarb takes 13 days to grow. Now it only costs 100 gold for one rhubarb seed. That can be quite expensive, so I recommend players starting out on a year 2 farm to get this on the first day of spring. Plant it using deluxe speed grow. That means you can bring in huge profits before the strawberry event hits, then you can fill up your whole farm with the overpowered strawberry crop. Rhubarb is a great way to get your year 2 farm set up, or any sort of future years, because the profits that you make from processing this crop are absolutely huge. So for the convenience of this video, I'm just using a super speed buff mod, and I'm also using a scythe mod. If you're wondering, you can't actually access those in game, you have to use mods. So what I have here now is rhubarb jelly, and I'm also going to get some rhubarb wine. I'm going to sell these just to show you the profits that you can make from rhubarb. Rhubarb isn't really discussed a whole lot in many Stardew Valley videos, but I'm going to show you how powerful this crop actually is. So I sold one of each item, 3,922 gold. Let's look at the prices here. I also put in some strawberries to show you the comparisons. So a rhubarb costs 100 gold. Selling back a regular rhubarb, it's 242 gold. That's more than double the profit right there. But if you convert it into a jelly, you're getting 4 times the profit. And if you convert it into a wine, you're getting 9 times the profit, which is crazy. Now, the reason why strawberry will always be the ultimate spring crop is because it's regrowable. And if you plant the strawberries right with speed grow, you can get 3 harvests every single season with those. But the rhubarb is still quite potent, and it will make you tons of money before the strawberry season comes into play. So the big question is, what crop should you start off with and at the start of any year? And that is the rhubarb. You will make an absolute fortune, and then switch it up to strawberries and you'll have no issues with money for the rest of your year. That is a guarantee. Next up, let's talk about hops. So most people, when they get into summer, either go with melons, they might go with blueberries, or if you're a really good player, you'll get access to the desert and you'll go with starfruit. But hops are absolutely amazing. One hop starter will cost you 60 gold, which is extremely cheap. And the great thing about this is it takes 11 days to grow. My advice, use it with speed grow so it grows earlier, because once this fully grows, you can harvest these trellises every single day until summer ends. That means you can get hundreds, if not thousands of hops before the end of the season. So I'm just going to put some hops into a preserve jar here, and I'm going to put some into kegs, and we have pickled hops and we have pale ale. Let's sell these just to show you the returns. Also bear in mind that hops converted into pale ale has one of the highest return investments in the game. So a regular hop gets you back 27 gold. Pickled hop gets you 140, but look at the pale ale, 420 gold. That is absolutely insane. You will make so much money if you utilise hops in summer that you won't know what to do with yourself for the rest of the year. You'll be so rich. Now, the only thing better than this, of course, is starfruit and starfruit wine. But if you don't have access to the desert, if you don't want to spend that 40 plus K to get access to the desert, go with the hops. Speaking of the desert, let's have a look at these forageables. Cactus fruit and coconuts. How many of these have you picked up? Normally when I pick up cactus fruit, I have the forager and the botanist professions. So I always get a iridium quality cactus and I eat those for health and energy. But sometimes I just sell them if I don't need them. But have you ever actually converted these? Have you ever actually put a cactus into a keg or a preserve jar, or a coconut into a keg or a preserve jar? And I'm going to do it right now, just to show you what kind of profit you can actually get from this. Now this is an unusual way to make money, but sometimes you can accumulate tons and tons of cactus fruit and coconuts, and you might just sell them raw. My advice, don't. If you have any spare kegs or jars lying around the place, by all means process them further and make yourself a profit. Let's look at the profits here. A regular cactus, 82 gold, but look at the cactus jelly, 280 gold, and the cactus fruit wine, 315 gold. That's actually not too shabby, especially for something that you just pick up off the ground all the time. And if you look at the iridium cactus, 165 gold, you're still making a profit if you convert it. Let's take a look at the coconut, 110 gold for a regular coconut. But the coconut jelly is 350 gold, that's 3 times the profit. And the coconut wine is 420 gold. So if you have coconuts lying around the place, and if you have spare kegs or preserve jars, process them and make yourself some extra cash. Next up, let's talk about the power of resins, pine tars, and of course maple syrups. What you see here is a little tree farm with heavy tappers and regular tappers, generating oak resins there every couple of days. Up here we have some pine tars, and just up here we have some maple syrup. So normally when people make these, it's to make equipment in the game, such as processing machines. But if you spec into the tapper profession, syrups are worth 25% more. Now, even though it says syrups, that also covers the pine tars and the oak resins. Even though these items are in the artisan category, they do not benefit from the artisan buff. So if you want to make a profit on these, you have to get the tapper profession. So my advice, if you have huge tree farms, you're not making kegs, you're not making bee houses, you're not making anything like that, spec into the tapper profession, sell these and make yourself a nice profit. Next up, let's talk about fishing, specifically end game fishing. A lot of people use fishing to get a boost at the start, and then you might never fish again. But I'm going to show you a really good method here, and I'm going to show you the power and the profits that end game fishing can get you. So what we see here now is myself up in the volcano, and I'm fishing up lava eels. Now, if you don't have Ginger Island, don't sweat it. You can fish these up in the mines level 100, but they are, in my opinion, a bit more common up in the volcano. So I just took a seafoam pudding there. I have the master enchant and my fishing skill is maxed out. I have a plus 16 fishing I have. Now the game will only give me plus 15 fishing, but as you saw there, my fishing barb is really big, and I just put up a gold star lava eel. The gold star lava eel will get me 1,575 gold. I'm also using wild bait, which increases the bite chance much more than that of the regular bait. So there's a chance I can pull up 2 of these lava eels, which is absolutely amazing. You can fish from anywhere between 15 and 40 lava eels every single day up in that volcano. I'm at 42,525 gold today, and that wasn't a great day. I just got 27 lava eels. I've gotten 40 sometimes, I've gotten way more. But that is the power of endgame fishing. That is the kind of money you can bring in with fishing on a daily basis. So what you see here is a solar panel farm set up in the desert area, and the reason why it's set up in the desert because it never rains in the desert, which means these solar panels will gain traction every single day, and every couple of days these solar panels will generate battery packs for you. So as you can see here, I have quite the number of solar panels set up. Now you can learn the solar panel from doing a special orders quest from Caroline, and this is one of the most potent money making items in the game, because all you have to do is just leave it be. Visit the desert every couple of days and just rack up the cash. Let's sell up the battery packs and let's see how much money we get. Bear in mind we got a couple of 100 battery packs there in the desert. We made 189,500 gold, and that's the kind of money that you can make now in the desert with solar panels every couple of days. If you just save up your resources, build solar panels, just keep building them until you have a few hundred, and you'll make your money back tenfold. And last but certainly not least, we are going to talk about bee houses. What you see here are different bee houses using different flowers. So of course on the bottom right, we're going to start with the fairy rose. Everyone knows about fairy rose honey. We all know how profitable it is. But what if you aren't in fall? What if you are in a different season? So I've every single type of honey set up here. I'm going to sell them all, and I'm just going to show you what kind of money you can get depending on what season you're in. I also have wild honey there, which is the unmodified version. So I'm going to sell all these honeys, and as we can see, we've got all the flowers set up: tulips, blue jazz, summer spangles, we have sunflowers, fairy roses, we have everything there. Let's see what the profits are like. So a lot of people don't really bother with the other flowers. A lot of people just kind of get the fairy roses when they get fall. And rightly so, because look at the fairy rose honey, 952 gold. That's crazy. And look at the difference. The poppy honey is the second highest one, 532. Summer spangled 392, then 364 for the sunflower. Then the spring flowers, the blue jazz and the tulips are 280 and 224, but it's still worth getting a flower or two to modify your honey, because it's still double the profit from the wild honey. And that's why you should always have a couple of flowers around your farm, just to make that extra bit of money from your lovely bee houses. So I'm going to leave the video there, and I hope you enjoyed it. As per usual, we will upload the next Stardew Valley video in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button, so you'll be notified for all future Stardew Valley videos. I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.